If you want to know how amazing Xi'an is, there's no need to look beyond its unique cuisine. What we get to taste today are the flavors distilled from thousands of years of civilization. Equally famous for its food, Italian cuisine is even more globally renowned. It can be said that it was the culinary skills of the Romans handed down from ancient times that formed the basis of Western cuisine today. I enjoy food, but I am not a foodie. I like to explore the inner culture and character of different ethnic groups via the tip of my tongue. Well, on this occasion, I will sample the flavors of Rome on the other side of the Silk Road with my taste buds from Chang'an, or Xi'an as it is known today. Where there are beautiful views, delicacies will certainly exist. In the beautiful Piazza Navona, a Michelin-starred restaurant in Rome awaits me.
Buongiorno, prego.
Where to start? Why don't we aim for the chef's menu?
Buongiorno, vuole provare qualche tipica romana, un bel piatto freddo.
Am I supposed to eat al fresco? Doesn't it matter if the meal gets cold? Well, it doesn't matter, it's a cold dish anyway. Where's the amazing dish I ordered? Is this what is meant by legendary Italian cuisine?
这个不是我想要的东西。
However, the chef explained it was just an appetizer, and he will prepare the main course for me later.
Okay.
The tradition of Italian cuisine emerged from a gourmet philosophy conceived in ancient Rome. The essence of this concept is to keep the taste of the raw materials as simple and as delicate as possible. Therefore, gentle heat is employed in cooking, even when frying or steaming, to avoid destroying the original flavor of the food. It's no wonder that neither the food nor the way it is cooked is overdone. With this knowledge in mind, I really can taste the authentic flavors come through when I try it again. The chef also told me that if you want to enjoy Italian food, it's much nicer to sit outdoors so that the food can cool down quickly. If the food's too hot, the nerves that control taste get numb, and then it doesn't taste so great at all. Besides, it's more enjoyable to enjoy the food and scenery at the same time. As it turns out, there is something to be said about coldness. Rather than being insensitive to temperature, people from Rome have special requirements for temperature. It is only when you learn to taste this kind of flavor that you begin to understand Rome. Yongxing Fang in Xi'an has long been a top-drawer choice for good food, and nowadays it is literally packed all year round.
我们现在呢就去看一下这些陕菜是怎么做出来的。
By comparison to Rome, the food in Xi'an is hot, inside and out.
中国的厨房永远是这样，主题就是红红火火、热热闹闹。
The essence of the Chinese culinary technique is the ability to cook the food exactly right. Over a period of thousands of years, the term Changan style emerged from using fire for cooking. When food is served, an excited warmth spreads to the hearts of diners. Because at the Chinese table, people prefer to sit in a circle, and that's what this lively atmosphere is all about. The rich flavors of Chinese cuisine are always changing. But the one thing that remains unchanged is that a good meal must be served hot. This is the most important and enduring traditional requirement. Being hot can influence good health, as in the case of Chinese medicine, where people's internal organs prefer warmth to coolness. It can also be an emotion, rather like the way etiquette teaches us that you can only warm guests' hearts if you serve hot meals to also warm their tummies. In short, Chinese food is about how everything can be changed, and what we feast on is actually the process of cooking. The best elements of an ingredient can only be drawn out by cooking. Western food, on the other hand, emphasizes that which is unchanging. Its cooking is about stimulating the freshness of the ingredients and the flavors of nature. This is most important. The two concepts of food in both Chang'an and Rome may seem worlds apart, but they are in fact one and the same. Behind these two different tastes lies a passion for superb delicacy and a common quest for the optimum food. Neither East nor West spares any effort in satisfying discerning palates. Honestly, you do not want to miss this culinary journey, tasting the flavors of East and West. When it comes to impressions of Roman cuisine, one word always comes to mind: meaty. Beyond what we know of their well-known cooking methods, what kind of meat is most treasured by Italians? Today, in an exploration of the Italian quest for meat, I traveled to this small town hidden in the Apennines. Walking down the street here, you can smell the aroma of meat in the air from far away. This very ordinary-looking shop, in fact, is a very well-known restaurant with a history of over a century.
Salve.
Come va?
好，你好。
Tutto bene? Benvenuto a Frascati.
Grazie. 我今天到这儿来是听说你们这儿有一种肉非常有名，我想来看一下。
The owners mention a whole bunch of names I seem to be familiar with, but looking at the vast array of deliciousness here, I simply don't know where to start.
Un'altra nostra specialità è il diamante dei Castelli Romani, che sarebbe un prosciutto nazionale. In questo caso, ovviamente, quelle nazionali sono più pregiate, più buone. La punta, l'apice della qualità migliore è quella che chiamiamo diamante dei Castelli Romani.
For the finest ham, Italians insist on having it thinly hand-sliced, as they believe it is the only way to maximize its taste.
Grazie, grazie.
The ham has such a delicate texture and stunning aroma, you can't help wanting another mouthful. It was only then that I realized I was eating raw ham meat, which they are so proud of. Gosh, that these tasty flavors were actually uncooked was a complete surprise to me. Rather than being a raw meat pure and simple, it is considered a rather fine and high-class delicacy to people of Rome. It is believed that this meat was a treasure reserved for the enjoyment of the nobility back in ancient Rome. First of all, the pigs must be of a specific breed and the feed must be carefully selected. Then the best foreleg meat is selected and subjected to various special treatments. Finally, it can only be considered ready after being dried in a special cave for at least 2 years. No wonder the production of this kind of national-grade ham is exceedingly rare even using today's technology. That's why it is very expensive.
搁这汉语这叫薄如蝉翼一般。虽然是生肉，但是真是非常非常好吃。我想在你这里工作。
The rawness of the ham refers to a special kind of processing. This must stand the test of time and needs to ensure it has the most natural and prized taste of high-quality ingredients, so much so that it can be presented naturally without cooking. What sought-after meat of the ancient capital of Changan can compare? This crispy and fragrant dish is called huruji, or gourd-shaped chicken, in Xi'an. It is said that the recipe of this dish has been handed down from the Tang dynasty. This dish conceals within itself the secret of the unique palate of the Chinese people.
做一个葫芦鸡要这么多调料。
哦，对，这个要腌制呢，腌制8个小时吧。
8个小时。
对，
那就是等于是头一天就得开始，
对，
第二天才能来做。
对对对。
In the Chinese kitchen, the creation of delicious dishes is ritualistic. No matter how complicated the process is, it is worth it. Gourd-shaped chicken is just such a dish.
我现在眼看着这个鸡被这个各种调料浸润，这皮都变得光滑，而且看起来饱满了。
What awaits the chicken after the lengthy preparation is a thorough cooking process.
2个下，皮儿不能烂。
Chicken needs to be boiled in water until all the flavors are soaked in.
磨子配料。
哎，下卤汤。
哦，下卤汤。
You need to steam the chicken until it is soft and pliant. Then you need to deep fry it until it is golden brown and crispy. To Chinese people, this complex and meticulous repetitive process is the fundamental difference between a proper dish and just an ordinary typical snack. To be honest, it's not hard to cook, yet the reason we spend more time and effort on cooking is due to reverence for the culture of food in the Far East. To extend great effort in pursuing the ultimate in quality is to value ingredients and is a form of respect afforded to diners. So, although the East and the West are different, the pursuit of superb gourmet food has the same purpose. Travelers may crisscross the world, but what never leaves their hearts are the tastes of home. Today I was invited to a family in Rome to look at Italian ravioli, which to Chinese people looks like dumplings. Do Italian people have nostalgia and longing for a family dish like this?
Buonasera, venga, vi faccio vedere.
The hostess is all prepared, so let's get started.
它这个饺子是不用水来和面，而完全是用鸡蛋。我刚才看见它一共打了6个鸡蛋，鸡蛋和的面应该是吃起来比较滑，而且比较香。
L'impasto, c'è la farina, ci sono le uova, è più buona.
在我们中国，就是这个面团要反复的揉，说白了就是反复的挤压的一个过程。压面机起到的作用是一样的。哦，又薄又长的了。现在，在我看来，现在这一切程序都看在中国来说都是压面片的一个程序。
It is said that in medieval times, Italian dumplings already existed in Italy. Nowadays, there are all manner of flavors. What we are going to make now can be seen as the authentic taste of Rome.
Ricotta, spinaci, parmigiano.
OK， 是2种奶酪，还有菠菜。我们打馅儿都是这样顺时针的。我从小我的妈妈就这么教我的。
I once read that in Italy, the art of making ravioli was never passed down to boys. The grandmother passed it on to the mother passed it on to the daughter, and the men had to step aside because it showcased the hostess's cooking. If the ingredients that Italians make their pastry and fillings with are new to me, the way they wrap dumplings would be a real eye-opener.
哦，他把这个均匀的分布在这个面片上，然后呢，哦，盖在上面，哦，然后这样，哦，压住。 我有一种解数学公式突然解开的感觉。材料周边，一个方饺子，呼之欲出了。哦。哦，这就是一个饺子，像一个邮票一样，一个方饺子，圆的，还有圆的。哎呀，我觉得这种方式看起来还是蛮高效的。
Although Italian ravioli is not a festive dish, it's a most authentic home-style mouth-watering dish. The scene made my mind wander. Although the taste was unfamiliar to me, when the dumplings were served, I could see a familiar satisfaction and happiness appear on their faces. This is the kind of food that really belongs within their home. No wonder the Italians always say, no matter where you are, just one bite of ravioli and the beauty of your hometown and your mother comes to mind. This phrase makes me think of Changan while in the city of Rome. For many Chinese, the taste of home is inseparable from dumplings. But if you want to make dumplings in Chang'an, neither the method nor the atmosphere is the same as in Rome.
哎，我就知道这个是这个来的。好。
于老师其实干的挺好。
我在我们家里跟我老婆配合，就是她帮我改。在外面吃吧，方便就方便，但是感觉就是快餐食品。这样子大家坐在一块一唠嗑，就觉得这是家的感觉。
对。
In China, wrapping dumplings is not only an art, but also a channel for the whole family to communicate with each other. Men and women, the old and the young, gather around the table and happily wrap dumplings together. No matter what flavor, the taste is always the best. This ritualistic process itself has the happiness of a family reunion. The dumplings contain the parents' teachings and the children's filial respect.
原来我们家我妈活的时候，每个礼拜六，我们家姊妹5个全都回了，全家人坐在一块儿，就是包饺子呀。
对，这才有家的感觉。
对。
我上大学的时候，你看我家也是西安的，上大学也在西安，就这，每周末我要走的时候，我妈拿那罐头瓶给我装的是这个那个，哎呀。
可能有妈在好。
Compared to home-cooked Italian ravioli, Chinese dumplings are more essential to traditional festivals as they contain auspicious wishes. Dumplings when departing and noodles for arriving captures the good wishes for safety and the emotions of missing loved ones. No dumplings, no warmth refers to health and happiness. Dumplings on New Year's Eve tells us to welcome the new year and to make happiness last. Every Chinese person always has great memories of dumplings. From Chang'an to Rome, there are 2 kinds of dumplings, but just one kind of love. The taste reminds one of a warm home. Why exactly do people in Xi'an love noodles so much? First, we need to start with just one word. This character is odd to write and even odder to pronounce. It is pronounced biang. However, not all noodles can be described by this Chinese character. It represents a strict standard of craftsmanship.
因为这个 biang 这个字肯定在这个汉语当中，我们现在找不到其他的字儿。它这个字儿是怎么个来源？
这个面就是扯开的面和按板的敲打声，
就是敲打这个声音，叫 biang。
对。
The Guangdong Plain has been rich in wheat production since ancient times, and noodles have always been popular on the table of Shanxi people. There are many ways of making it, but there is one thing they aim to achieve, which is for the noodles to be pliable.
咱物产没有南方丰富，因此咱陕西这个各种小吃有个特点，就是深加工，最深刻的味道都给它挖掘出来。
所以说这个面是叫不宽不厚不薄不拧，刚吃刚馋。
But this has so much to do with the skills, which contains the most basic characteristics of Shanxi noodles.
要我来走？
可以啊。
好，您指导我。
你看一下，这两边先把面先拉住。
拉住啊。
这样子啊。
啊，就是2个指头这样卡住啊。
有一定的长度，
啊，对。
甩在。
啊。
对。
哦，好。
试一试。
然后首先是这样的，把它抻长，抻长之后两个这样的。
对。
Through repetition and effort, the ancient art of making stretch noodles maximizes the malleability of the flour, creating the perfect texture of tough, smooth and pliant noodles. After it is cooked, you only need to put in simple seasonings such as salt, oil and chili pepper to maximize the flavor and enjoyment. This is because the people of Shanxi pay far more attention to the quality of the noodles themselves than any other.
这里面有讲究啊，
对
3公分宽，1米8长，哎，一口把吃完，哎啊，
一口。陕西人的所有的家乡感情、乡愁全都在这碗面里。
Shanxi is one of the birthplaces of Chinese agrarian civilization, with a long history of noodles. This bowl of biang noodles has a history of thousands of years, and it carries with it the purest feelings of generations of Shanxi people for the local yellow earth. Italy is also a country with a passion for pasta. It's important to know that in the 1,000-year history of pasta, more than 500 different varieties have been created, many of which are popular around the world. So why do the Italians love pasta so much? To unlock the secret, you must start with how it is made. Spaghetti workshops are everywhere on the streets of Rome, resembling Chinese grain stores. Here we are presented with the qualities of the pasta recipe.
Primo procedimento, qua dentro viene messo un sacchetto 25 kg di semola di grano duro insieme all'acqua e alle uova. Questa macchina schiaccia la pasta che abbiamo visto prima una dopo l'altra.
The store manager says that Italians use a lot of eggs with their pasta, because they prefer a more elastic pasta. This makes the noodles malleable so that it's easier to make different shapes of pasta with a more pliable and chewy texture. In this respect, Xi'an and Rome are similar. So what kind of story is hidden in the way they cook their noodles? We Chinese always think pasta can't be cooked without tomato sauce. But the owner of this restaurant says that this is not the case after you visit his kitchen.
Buonasera, buonasera, buonasera a tutti.
The owner told me that there are hundreds of different ways to cook pasta just in Rome alone. Whether it's vegetables or cheese or meat or seafood, you can cook all of them with pasta and the flavors are out of this world. It turns out that the Italian love for pasta stems from the fact that this cuisine is never plain or boring. No matter what ingredients are used, there is always a kind of pasta that suits them to create a balanced taste. Therefore, rather than being just food, pasta is a complete food system and is perfect for thousands of delicious dishes. The amazing experience of moving from one noodle city to another has left me with many emotions. Although wheat is native to Central Asia, Chang'an and Rome, on both sides of the Silk Road, have turned it into a delicacy that has been passed down for thousands of years. I'm from Xi'an, but I also feel at home in Rome. A handful of chili powder and a ladle full of boiling oil. This is what Xi'an people want in their food. Their taste buds are awakened when the aroma settles upon the dining table of each and every household. In this city, they can eat without meat and fish. They can also eat without fruit or vegetables, but they can't eat without chili oil. So what is so good about the chili oil in Xi'an? This is a shop specializing in chili peppers. Although it's small, it attracts throngs of customers. However, in the eyes of Xi'an locals, not every kind of chili pepper is called laza or Shanxi chili.
这一看就在陈家，哎呀，这是香香和爆鸡一般掺的，皮儿厚，油大，籽儿还多。
In fact, spiciness is not the chief characteristic of Shanxi chili. What Shanxi people love the most is the aroma of the chili, and this fragrance is hidden within the seeds of the chili pepper.
你要真正论辣度，其实咱外省有些比咱的要辣得多，但是陕西的特点是它追求那股香味儿。
From the making of chili powder, I found that each process is to extract the aroma of the chili. After repeated pressing and grinding, this aroma emerges from the particular flavor of spiciness of the chili itself.
辣子的味儿给撵出来了，你闻到没有？对。
Grinding chili powder was also embedded in my childhood memories. In Shanxi, the repeated processing of simple ingredients to create a richer taste is a culinary tradition.
这个叫捣成细粉末，辣椒籽儿得捣得看不见。
Finally, the moment of truth has arrived. When the chili powder is fully fused with the piping hot oil, the real essence of the flavor is extracted, which becomes Shanxi chili. The enticement that swells with the aroma results in instant salivation.
太香了！陕西人这个油泼辣子一道菜，没有其他菜，只要有辣椒，这一顿饭照样。
这后脑勺飞沫，里面还有一个两个咕噜。
It's almost genetic that Shanxi people will love their chili. Take me as an example. This flavor gives my body and mind maximum enjoyment, no matter where I am. When I arrived in Italy, I discovered that there was also something that locals can't live without, and that is cheese.
哇，他直接给我端出了镇店之宝。
I was never too keen on cheese before, but who could say no to such hospitality? It's really flavorful, creamy, and not at all pungent as I had feared. I can't help but wonder, what's so magical about its deliciousness? As early as Roman times, the Apennines were a world-class cheese-producing region. The cheese here has been well known for thousands of years. The most famous of them all is the king of cheese, mozzarella. Today I'm going to visit its birthplace in Campania. First of all, the unusual thing is its raw material. Buffalo milk here is considered to be highly valuable and has been used exclusively for European royalty. The fat and protein content is so much greater than ordinary milk, hence its outstanding quality. The way that locals make the cheese is unique too. First of all, the treated milk is curdled into many lumps, but you can't use them instantly. Instead, you have to cut them into thin slices. Then comes the magical moment. Through constant stirring and hot water to remove impurities, the slices are mixed into one lump again. Finally, it is set in cold water, shaped by hand, and then fresh mozzarella is born. The flavor now is already delicious, but for the locals, it's far from ready. Smoking, air drying, or fermenting for a long time, there are many more ways to improve the flavor. A long tradition of animal husbandry has made cheese a delicacy that Italians can't live without. Even I, a Chinese person, now enjoy it. If aromatic Shanxi chili brings such joy to the taste buds of the Chang'an people, then rich cheese is a treat for Italians. The distinctive flavors from both cities create unique sensations of taste, both east and west.